And if it crashes, I'll just have to reset with everyone. If the stream crashes. So what can happen is you can have streams that like either the computer will crash or the streaming software will go down, and then like everybody who's not on the administrative end will just kind of be left there with a blank screen. So we'll just have to restart the stream.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
All right.
Guess everybody.
So what can happen is, boom, turn that down, bring you over here.
At least it doesn't make me feel bad because he like this for like everything, not granted.
You said what?
Granted. Oh. No, I just was thinking in my head out loud something.
Gotcha.
I know Jeremy's getting ready to go to Hawaii tomorrow. Yeah.
Birthday when? Next week?
His birthday's the 16th or the 19th again. I feel like it's the 16th. Might be the 15th. I'm a great friend.
You sending people to Hawaii?
Yeah, he's going to Hawaii. Mm-hmm. I'll be in Vegas.
I was gonna say it's about time for y'all. What am I thinking of? You guys is like yearly meeting, right?
One of them, yeah, but
yeah.
The one for travel is on a cruise this year.
And
it's in August. We'll be there. But this one is for Planet. And I didn't really get my ticket for the event, so I'll be in Vegas. And my success partner, Jessica, she said she's gonna voice record the classes for me. She's the best. And I'm gonna try to hang out with my family and show them a little bit of Planet.
That's dope.
It's not gonna be, a wasted trip.
Right.
That is dope. That is dope. That is dope.
It's just cold there right now. It's the only problem.
That's beautiful. I want to say thanks to the people tuning in on YouTube. We are getting ready to do a live, in real time stream of the BooBETH NFT actually running. If you've been following us on Discord, if you're following me on Twitter, this is something I've been talking about for a long time. Very excited. The NFT, this works. I know a lot of you have expressed great interest in what it was that we were doing here. And this is extremely awesome because if you've been in the NFT space for any elongated period of time, you know that most oftentimes when you buy an NFT, you're actually waiting for the team to finish building out the project in a sense. So if it's a comic book, you have to wait for them to finish building out the comic book. If it is a DeFi platform, you have to finish for them to actually build out the DeFi platform. With this here, day one on launch, you will be actually coming into a full-fledged working NFT. So to the best of my knowledge, this is probably the first time this has happened. And I elected it to do it that way simply because I know there's a lot of you out there that have really good ideas, and I did not want y'all to have to wait till, I finished building out the NFT and the hardware. So I wanted you guys to be able to come in day one ready to roll into this thing. So hang tight for a second. We're actually streamcasting this to a few different places. We're on Zoom. Those of you that were in the Discord, there's a link there. So we're on Zoom and we're here on YouTube. So sit tight for a minute. We're just going to finish setting this thing up and then we'll go ahead and get started. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the chat below. So then when I get a moment, I can definitely answer them as I see them. If you guys could just let me know if that chat is coming in all right. I want to make sure you guys can hear me just fine. Let me jump this over here. And I'm going to share. Need to take that back for just a split second. There we go. All right. So you guys right now should be sharing my screen. Can you see that? Make sure I didn't lose my people here. Let me have y'all unmute yourselves right there. I'm not sure why that did that. It must have did that when I swapped over.
It's okay.
Okay. All right, cool. So y'all can share that screen. Awesome. Excuse me. And YouTube, how's that audio coming in? All right, cool. So for anybody who's watching this, we'll go in and get started now. And if you guys are funneling in as we go, if I need to recap anything, I'll reset the room and I'll do that. But I want to be mindful of y'all time here. Don't really want to keep y'all too long. It's probably take maybe 45 minutes, an hour, if that, depending on how many questions that we may have. So without any further ado, is there anyone here who is unfamiliar to NFTs, the NFT ecosystem, and how NFTs are and how it is that they work and what it is that they seek to accomplish? Okay. So it's 2, y'all, 3. Okay, so let me do this. If you've never heard of an NFT before, put 1 in the chat for me. All right. Okay, cool. So when we start talking about NFTs, essentially what we're talking about here is non-fungible tokens. What that means is you can have 2 items, 2 tokens, 2 tickets, if you will, that don't spend the same. Meaning if I give you $1 and I give someone else $1, that dollar spends equally. When we start talking about non-fungible tokens, what that means is you have 2 items that don't spend the same, right? So here we have on the screen, OpenSea. This is probably the biggest NFT marketplace in all of crypto and all of Web3. And if we click on any random project here, each one of these images represents a non-fungible token, right? So you can see here that they all have essentially different prices. The price floor is just under 0.1 Ethereum, right? Now within this price floor, you may only have 2 pictures. We'll just keep it simple. You may only have 2 pictures that make up this price floor. But as you go down, you see that price floor, it actually starts to increase, right? So that's what we mean when we say non-fungible. These aren't like one-to-one. They don't spend the same. They don't have the same value, okay? So knowing that, when you hear people talk about non-fungible tokens, they could mean a wide array of things. But as it stands right now, most people are using them in the capacity of actually earning money from flipping and selling JPEGs. Okay, the NFT that I'm going to introduce you guys to here tonight is a tool that you can utilize that will basically create your own NFT projects. You can use it to create your own crypto projects. So the use case is for everyone that holds a BooBETH NFT, you'll get to vote on what kind of crypto projects you want to learn how to create. Myself being a dev, I will teach you how to make the projects that you want to learn how to create. And if it's something that's outside of my wheelhouse, I have a connection to a handful of developers. In between the majority of us, I'm pretty sure we can get it figured out, and you can get the information that you need so that you can go ahead and create your own crypto project. So early on, when we opened the doors, the BooBETH doors to our community, we said, hey guys, what kind of projects do you want to learn how to create? And because NFTs right now are hot, our community said that they wanted to learn how to create one of these 10K or multiple thousand PFP collections. So what we did was I went in, produced the code, tailored it specifically to the project that we're talking about here, and after mint, I'm going to make it available so everyone who holds a BooBETH NFT will actually get access to the code. I'm going to show you how to utilize the code, and then I'm going to give you the code so you can use it to produce your own projects, right? And that's going to be the structure for every project moving forward. So if you guys want to learn how to create an ERC20 project, that's what we're going to do. going to develop the code. I'm going to show you how to use the code, and then I'm going to turn around and give you the code. If you want to learn how to create an ERC 1155, it's going to follow that same format. So that is essentially the use case for this NFT. It's not like a lot of NFTs where it's like, hey, we just want to have a sense of community and that's the utility, or we want to provide with passive income and that's the utility. We wanted to do something that was going to yield people a lot of benefit, a lot of utility without running the risk of violating securities laws. And when you start to take a look at NFTs where they're offering you monthly passive income and they're not a registered security, when the SEC, notice I said when, but when the SEC decides to turn its gaze to NFTs, and they will, a lot of these NFTs are going to get shut down. And while the SEC cannot go after each one of these projects individually, they can go after the marketplaces where these NFTs are being housed. And because these marketplaces want to basically color inside the lines, they will go ahead and pull those NFTs from their marketplaces. And when that happens, if you're holding on to one of these NFTs that does in fact violate securities laws, you're going to have an NFT that's virtually worth a lot less than it was 6 hours ago. So we wanted to provide something to you all that was going to benefit a lot of utility without butting up against security laws. So does everybody get that? Yes. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So guys, again, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments in the chat, whether it's on YouTube or here on Zoom, and I will answer them as soon as I see them. Okay. So for all those who don't know, my name is Crypto Glenn. I've been in the crypto space since 2017. Started off pretty much at the same pace a lot of you would, just kind of buying and holding certain cryptos. And then you start to see what kind of return that gets you. And then you want to become more aggressive with your investing strategy. So then I started becoming a trader. I've seen a fair amount of wins when it comes to trading, so much to the point you guys can go back and audit my videos on YouTube. You can audit my videos on TikTok. And I would encourage everyone who's watching this to do that. And I'm not saying it to brag, but I'm saying it to get you to understand that in this space, you're only going to do as well as the people that you're plugged into that have the, solid information. And luckily for myself and my community, we haven't gotten too many of anything wrong at all. So that's a pretty good position to be in. Do a lot of technical analysis. I utilize the same trade setups that I'm telling you guys about. And it wasn't until last year that I really started paying attention to what the NFT space was going to do, even before it started making some of the significant moves that it's making now. And it wasn't until September of last year that I decided to actually jump into the development side of things and actually build my own NFT. All right, and that's what we're going to talk about here today. So that's the introduction of how I got started, who I am, and why I'm in crypto. I'm in because there's a lot of money here, and I'd be remiss if I told you guys anything different, okay? So here we're on OpenSea. Like I said, this is the marketplace where many NFTs are actually traded, sold, bought. And what a lot of people would do is they'll actually create one image one by one, and they'll lazy mint or upload to OpenSea. Now that's fine, but the problem with that is you start to miss a lot of the utility through Web3. And what I'm going to teach you guys here to do today is how to actually mint directly from your project. And what that means is, you see how this one has 10,000 unique images or properties here. The NFT that I'm going to show you all that I created, it'll actually allow you to develop your own. You can do 10, you can do 5,000, you can do 3,000, you can do 800, you could do 20,000, whatever you want to do. It's all there for you. And when you mint, each one of these will actually auto mint directly to OpenSea once people who will essentially buy your own collections, once they mint directly from your website. So knowing what we know now, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual hardware, the technology behind the NFT, and basically what makes it run. All right, so here on your screen, you should see on the left side, this is just my Visual Code Studio. I do a little bit of coding on the side, and of course, if you're a dev, then you have to, by default, know how to code. So this is just the text editor that I use. What's running behind this is a lot of the Python, a lot of the JavaScript that the actual NFT itself is built on. And here you actually just have a lot of this is essentially the artwork, right? And what I tell people is, if you're going to buy NFT, there's a couple ways to look at it. One, if it has solid utility, overlook the actual quality of the art. If you're going to buy an NFT but not for the utility, make sure you like the art. Because this NFT space, it moves very, very quickly. A day is like a week is like a month, and a month is like 3 years, right? So if you're going to be holding an NFT, make sure you at least like the artwork, because if you can't turn around and sell it relatively quickly, it needs to be something that you'd be okay holding on to. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. James says, all right, so for all you guys that don't know, Super Yetis was an old school NFT project that came out, gosh, when did they come out? 2018, 2019? Something like that. So they came out in like 2018, 2019, and they were real popular at first, and as quickly as they rose in interest and value, the bottom fell out. And now people who minted 30 of them, they're still kind of holding on to them, so they like to give them to their family and their friends almost as like a joke, just because, you know, they're not really worth a whole lot now. So yeah, James is holding a bag of Yetis. All right. So essentially what we're looking at here, again, this is just the hardware, how this works. And yeah, so this is the artwork. Now what I want you to imagine is this artwork could have been anything, right? I'll give you a little bit of history behind the BooBETH name and how everything came to be. So I started this in September. I knew that in October it would be Global Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and one of our social impact goods that I want to focus on is providing small monetary donations to smaller breast cancer researcher firms. And the reason for that is I don't want to go to the big outfits like the Coleman A, right? Because those funds, they don't really get used quite efficiently as it could be used when you start looking at the smaller organizations. They tend to just utilize the money better. When you donate to a bigger outfit, it goes to people's salaries and putting on expensive dinners and not necessarily so much the work. So because I wanted to focus on breast cancer awareness, that's the reason why the art is boobs, right? And the name is BooBETH, and when you say it fast, it sounds like boobies, right? But it's BooBETH, BOOBETH. So that's the reason why the artwork looks the way that it does. And I said, well, if we're going to do that, then obviously, you know, we've got to come out with a wide array, you know, of art. So you'll see some here that have freckles, some that have mastectomies, some that have double mastectomies, some that have tattoos, some that don't, some that have a little bit more of a abstract look to them, some that have tiger stripes. So something that's just like fun, right? And when this was created, this is a lot of the artwork, you know, that was being populated. So what we'll do here is we can kind of just clear this out. So when you have to clear it out, I'll just tell it to run that code, and you see right away in real time, it's actually producing brand new art. Now, in order to make this work, you have to have a certain amount of base images with layers and different attributes and variables. And I've just told it here to run 50, right? I could turn around here and I could say, let's do 200. And this will clear it out and it'll run it all over again. I could tell it to run 10,000, it will run 10,000. I could tell it to run 20,000, it will run 20,000, okay? Now you may be saying to yourself, why is this unique? This is unique because if we go back to OpenSea and you buy one NFT, you're oftentimes, is it still going? You're oftentimes at the mercy of the NFT that you actually mint. And you've got to hope that there's a buyer on the other end of that NFT, because it's not like crypto where there's an order book of people who are waiting and willing to buy your crypto. NFTs are very, very illiquid, right? Which means you could buy one and you could be sitting on it for a long time. You know, they're still going. They're going to go up until 200. And what that means is if you buy an NFT that nobody else wants, your money's tied up, right? But the thing that's very useful about this NFT here is you're not beholden to the NFT that you buy, right? If I can teach you how to do this, you're only beholden to the ideas that you have. If you turned around and bought one NFT on OpenSea, you got to hope and pray that somebody wants to turn around and buy that NFT from you, right? Now, what if it's a project that was a dud and nobody wants it? Again, you've got your money tied up there. So it's like, if you can do this one time, that's a trick you can only do once. But if you're the dev, if you're the person who is responsible for the creation of the project, you, in a sense, you get to write your own ticket. You're only beholden to the ideas that you have. Essentially, you have the know-how, how to create it. You're the dev, right? And if it's one thing I've noticed in crypto, whether it be projects that I've gotten into, projects that I've told people about, the people who do okay are the people, he wants to see it being run again. Okay, let's run it again. The people who do okay are the people who get in at mint. The people who do better than them are the people who get on pre-sale or whitelist, right? Those are the people who are getting it almost at a little bit of a discount, or they don't have to deal with gas fees. Those are the transaction fees. And if a lot of people are trying to mint a project at the same time, those transaction fees, they go through the roof. It can be super expensive. Ultimately, the people who do the best are the developers. Why? Because the developers, they're the ones that have the least amount of risk with the most amount of upside potential. So essentially what this NFT does is we're going to teach you how to be like the consumer, right? We're going to take you from the consumer and we're going to turn you into the developer. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to teach you how to use this entire code. I'm going to teach you how to make it useful to your own project. I'm going to tell you what you need to basically run your own project. And then once you have all that taken care of, then we'll jump into the technical side and I'll show you how to utilize this technology. So then you could essentially keep developing project after project after project after project. The only thing that I would caution you is to make sure that it has significant utility. And what I mean by that is the person who ultimately is going to buy your NFT project, just make sure that they're going to have significant benefit for utilizing your NFT, because nobody wants to buy an NFT that was just made for the hell of it. There's a lot of people out there that are making really good money with NFTs, but I think we're going to approach a turn in the market where people are like, there's too much general supply out there. We need NFTs that have significant utility. NFTs that can actually get things done. Okay. And so we know that NFTs one day, they'll be able to get you into a concert. They'll be able to get you into CES. They'll be able to get you into E3. So if we know that's where it's going, there's no sense in waiting. We just have to get the NFTs in the right people's hands that have the ideas that could essentially get us to this place where everybody wants to be running with 500. You want to see it? Okay, we'll do 500. So it's going to run. It's going to clear the old ones out. Excuse me. And you'll see here that no two are going to be exactly the same. And if they do look like they're the same, there's actually small attributes. So it could be this pin down here that reads something different, or, the tattoos are different, or the areolas are different. So any number one of these features could actually come out different. So, and utilizing this engine, I'll call it, you can actually adjust the rarities. Right now, I've got the majority of mine coming up with areola covers because I'm streaming this to YouTube and I don't want to get any violation strikes against my channel for nudity. So that's why the majority of these are coming out with areola covers on the seashells. But what I was saying is ultimately the NFT that helps you get a table at a crowded Los Angeles restaurant, when that NFT comes out, that's going to be an NFT that's going to have significant utility, because it's going to be able to do something that insert random NFT project here can't do, right? If you pay attention to OpenSea and you take a look at projects that come out daily, there are a myriad of ape projects that are coming out. We've got 40 different ape projects coming out, like enough monkeying around already. It's time for something different. And so what I wanted to do with this NFT was just put this in the hands of people, not even as an NFT that would make people want to try to flip it. I know we're going to get that. But ultimately, if this NFT teaches you how to create your own crypto projects, that's probably going to be something that most people are going to want to hold on to. And that's what we want. I want people who are going to buy this NFT, people who are going to hold it. I can't tell you to hold it. I can't tell you not to flip it, because, people are going to do what they want to do. My job is just to make sure that if I come up with an NFT, people are going to stand to gain significant utility from that. And I think I've done that here, because to date, there's not another NFT project that's out there that's like this. I've looked, and there's a lot of people out there that would rather hold this information to themselves, because they're like, if I can create the NFT, I essentially, I can write my own ticket. And my thing is, I know there's a lot of, people who are black, who look at this channel, who are on this stream right now, And I know there's a lot of times we have been left out of conversations like this. NFT NYC, when I tell you that everybody was there, they all looked the same. You understand what I'm saying? So oftentimes we're not even in the mix when it comes to this sort of thing. Just being in crypto for as long as I've been in crypto and having the conversations I've had with people, it's like they meet me and they're like, wait a minute, you're black. I was expecting you to be white. And it's like, no, we're here. Somewhat of unicorns, but we're here. Okay. So the name of the project is called BooBETH. This is what it aims to do. So we told it to run 500. It ran 500. I could tell it to run 10,000. We'd be here for a little while, but it'll run 10,000. And the other really unique attribute to this NFT is what I've done is I've made it so you actually get the minting dApp. And what that dApp is essentially the website that people who want to buy the NFT from you, they interact with that website. So they can actually mint it directly to their wallet. And I'll see if I can, let's do this. Rarity Tools is a website I like to use. It just kind of gives you an idea of what NFTs are coming down the pipeline. See what I mean? Monkey Project. This Monkey Project came out today. Monkey Project, another Monkey Project, Monkey Project, another Monkey. So there's like virtually no creativity. Monkey Project. There's virtually no creativity in the space right now. And so we haven't even, I'll get to that in a minute. But essentially if we go, let me see one that's actually minted today. I'll go to the website. It's going to have me connect a wallet. Now, most times when you're doing a project, you actually have to create this entire website, this functionality, because this isn't a traditional website. You're looking at a Web3 website here, right? So I could come in here and I could say, all right, I want to mint one. And it'll allow me to mint one. And it's only going to cost me $330. This isn't a project that I want to be in, so I'm just going to hit reject. But in a sense, buying the NFT that I'm showing you here, I'm just going to disconnect this. Connect this site. Disconnect. That's fine. But being in an NFT like the one I'm showing you, so you actually get the code, you're going to get the smart contracts to make this work, and then I'm going to turn around and give you the minting dApp, right? And then I'll show you how to customize it so it's pertinent to your website. So essentially, you're getting everything that you need to be able to mint your own NFT project. And then on the community side, you'll be in a separate chat room with myself and everybody else who actually owns a BooBETH NFT. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you guys how to actually make this work for your own project. So we'll be looking at this as we are, and it'll say like, okay, this code here, I'll say delete that, put in, blah, blah, blah here as it's, as it pertains to your project. So you're going to have me over your shoulder telling you how to build this thing out. And then when it's all said and done, you'll upload it to the web. You'll have people come in and take a look. People will be able to buy it from you. And you'll be able to do that as many times as you can come up with valuable ideas that are going to benefit, from an NFT. Now, if a year and a half goes by and there's a different kind of trend that's available, right? We're going to figure out how to do that, how to code that, and we're going to turn around and we're going to share that information with the community too. So if there's at any given point in time, there's a project that's, has the ability to make people money and it's gaining traction in the crypto space, be it a trend or a new cultural shift that we're seeing in crypto, this is going to be the NFT that you want. That's going to show you how to do it. Okay. Now, what are the other applications? The other applications, some of you are going to have access to people who are going to be in the limelight for whatever reason. Maybe they play college football. Maybe they're a local artist that's getting buzz. Maybe they're a business owner, right? You can actually approach them with the idea of showing them how to integrate another vertical into their business that can help them interact with their customers, that can help them interact with their followers, that can help them interact with their fans on a more intimate basis. So this is extremely valuable when you start you start looking at, okay, how do we actually give people additional value to interact with the people who help them get to where they are, right? You can run contests. You can say, okay, if I'm a pizza place, right, maybe you'll do free pizzas for 6 months, right? And maybe you do, I don't know, 1,000. Let's just do some math. Let's say the average cost, of your NFT is, I don't know, on the cheap side, $150. And $150 for NFT, that's more on the cheap side. A lot of these things go for 0.075, 0.2 ETH, 0.3 ETH, 0.1. So $150 is definitely cheap. And let's say you do 1,000, let's keep the math simple, it's 150,000, right? Now let's say out of all your winners, you're gonna have, 1, 2, maybe 3, maybe 5 winners, right? Who are gonna get free pizzas for 6 months. Out of that entire 6 months, how many times do you think these people are going to order pizza? 5 times? 6 times? 20 times? It's not going to eclipse the amount that they're going to pay for your NFT. People who run contests and competitions like this all the time, they know the math. They understand, their consumer. Like your mortgage company, those of you that own homes, they know that if they put out a mortgage restructuring deal, out of all the mortgages they hold, they know what percentage of people are going to follow through with that. And that's one of the reasons why they make the offer, because they know not everybody's going to follow through with the offer that they made, right? You could go to, one of these collegiate football players. This is something that I'm actually working on right now. I know a gentleman who plays for the University of Texas. And if you guys know the University of Texas, like, they love football out there. So we're working on a project right now utilizing this. I'm sorry, this whole time I thought I had it on the screen. I didn't. This calculator. So it's 150,000. You guys see it right there. So we're working on this NFT, right? Utilizing this engine, if you will, to run or to build out his NFT collection that he's going to in turn be able to turn around and market to his followers. Now, collegiate athletes, they can get paid on their likeness now, right? So this is a game changer. This market, for the most part, is wide open. For those of you that are in Michigan, Cade McNamara, he just signed a deal with Tom Brady's outfit. Tom Brady's outfit is going to get him his own NFT deal. So those of you that are, natural go-getters, this is right up your alley. This is just 2 avenues that I've shown you that you could utilize an NFT like this. You could use it for yourself, or you could actually utilize it as a tool in your tool belt to say, how do I go out there? How do I provide value for somebody else, right? So some of you know musicians, some of you know business owners, some of you know athletes, and I'm pretty sure there's significantly more opportunities than what we've talked about here today. And for those of you that want to hold conversation, at a later date or after this, I'll be around. We can definitely talk about that. Got a question here. Kim wants to know, so does the art come with it? So no, the art, this is just artwork that I myself have come up with, right? This artwork could have been anything. It could have been another monkey project. It literally could have been anything, right? So all the artwork that you see here, these are just artwork that people are designing. You go to Fiverr, you say, hey, I want to hire an artist to do 3D artwork for me, to do 2D artwork for me, to do pixelized artwork for me. They're going to say, okay, cool. You guys are going to work out the deal. They're going to give you a flat rate. You pay that. They'll deliver your artwork 1 day, 3 days, a week, just depends on how backlogged they are. But this artwork could have been anything. This is just the artwork that I've come up with that it pertains to my project, because the name of the project is BooB, so we wanted to do one centered around boobs. Let me see, more questions here. Wait, Ovi wants to know, okay, so if you were actually structuring this with somebody else, right? Let's say you went to a collegiate football player, you said, hey, basically how would you sell it? You just tell them that you have the idea. What I'm finding out is there's a lot of people who are, Generation Z, millennial, younger. They have a firm understanding of what this is, right? It's the people who are the Gen X, the baby boomers, baby boomers where it's a little foggy. All right. But the Generation Z, the millennials, they know very well what this is. We haven't even gotten to what this means for people who are musicians who can go directly to their audience with new music. Troy Lanez did it. He sold out in a minute and made $1 million. Maybe he sold out in 10 minutes. I don't even think it was that long, but I know he sold out relatively fast. $1 million. 100% directly to him. No middleman, no record deal, no streaming, none of that. Directly to him. So the applications for NFTs, we haven't even begun to scratch the surface yet. You just have to be creative and you got to be hungry. checking with my people here on Zoom. I'm not looking at chat on Zoom, but I will say if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and maybe I can answer them for you. Nope.
Did you see Jeremy's question?
I did not. I'll jump back over to YouTube here. Give me just a second. See, Jeremy, where you at? Are the utilities associated with purchasing your NFT and holding it? So just paying out bi-weekly or just periodically? So this particular NFT, we did not actually put in an attribute, and give me some rope here, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think you're asking about passive income. So with this particular NFT, I did not put in an attribute that would allow passive income to be generated, because it's actually a violation of securities law. And when the SEC starts to look at what we have going on here in NFTs, they will go to the marketplaces, and those marketplaces will pull down those types of NFT collections. We're already seeing it happen a little bit. And I think if OpenSea, Rarible, Super Rare, if these guys start to get pressure from the SEC, then they will actually start to pull those off their marketplaces. So to not convolute it and run the risk of getting this pulled down from people who legitimately want to utilize it for creation, I did not put in the aspect of earning passive income. Now I might do one later on in the future where we can do that, but for this one to be essentially the flagship one that I've created, this one is just a tool that people can utilize to learn how to create and code their own projects in one spot. It's illegal to earn passive income from NFTs if they fall under a securities. And when you start looking at what allows NFTs to make passive income, most of them do not pass the securities laws because they fail the Howey test. And so when, I can't remember the name of the project, not CyberKongs. It was one that had come out prior to CyberKongs, and because they were actually promoting the aspect of you being able to earn passive income, OpenSea caught wind of that, and they pulled it down off their platform. So if you're actually getting into NFTs because they're promising you that you can make passive income, it may not be one that I would want to hold for a super long time. Like if you can make it work for you, that's one thing. But I'm telling people, I would not be surprised if they went on to check their portfolio one day and the NFTs that were offering them passive income had gotten pulled down because the SEC is finally starting to take a look at, hey, what are you guys doing over there? Oh, securities, yeah. We'll go ahead and take those off your hands. So is there a way to look at that securities to manage risk? As it stands right now, I would just be mindful of the duration that you're holding those NFTs. Because right now there's a lot of them that are still new. And like I said, the SEC, they're never going to be able to get, every single one of them. But what they can do is they can go to OpenSea, they can go to Rarible, they can go to Super Rare, they can go to, any of these marketplaces where these NFTs are being housed or put on display. And because these marketplaces want to color inside the lines, they themselves will go in and pull those projects off the platform. Tim saying, yeah, he's right. He ain't been wrong yet. I don't really do it to be about being right or being wrong. It's just that I know, I can't speak for anybody else, right? I know when I got into this space, I knew very quickly what it was that I was looking at when I first heard about Bitcoin. I was a guy who was at the top of the mountain trying to get everybody I knew to invest in. I still have text messages that I had sent to people, and people didn't budge on it. And most times people don't budge until certain waves have already happened or, things have already come and gone. And so I built this following on TikTok. I built this following on YouTube of people who are trying to find people who share information objectively without giving people the hype. And that's been my niche, right? That's kind of what I've been known for. And there's a lot of YouTubers out there that would tell you that, oh man, everything's great. You don't have to worry about anything. And like those guys, they don't really last very long, right? So I do it just to give people the steak and the potatoes in a landscape where people are just giving people the steak or the potatoes, if that makes sense. Voyagers unknown. Yeah, I've heard about Voyagers. It does strike a bell vaguely. It says it comes on the 20th. Oh yeah, listen, man, they're coming out sometimes 20 in a day, right? And so that's why I think people are really going to start to look forward to, you know, projects that offer them a little bit something different, because the supply is so vast right now. It's hard for anyone just to kind of keep up with all the projects that are coming out, right? Even like some of the artwork with a lot of these is starting to look the same. So you got to be okay with missing some of them. And then there's other ones they want you to grind up to level 50 on the Discord servers just to kind of get a whitelisted spot. And it's like, you know, people have to take care of family members. That's a lot of work. So, I mean, if you can do it, more power to you. And I know guys and I know gals who, you know, they'll sit in the Discord all day grinding up to level 50 so they can get on the whitelist. But I know that's not really feasible. That's not really feasible for everybody. Yeah, it's crazy. Fat 8 Club, they just did that. I think you had to get to like level 12 or level 20 or something like that. And I know why they do it, because they want people who are coming into the Discord to make it seem like, oh, the Discord's jumping, you know what I mean? But it's almost like false advertising. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not gonna give people a whole lot of busy work. Like when I opened the doors to the community, I said, yo, the first 100 people to join, automatic whitelist spot. Like, you don't have to do anything. You just come up, you join, whitelist spot. Since then, other people have asked, well, how do they get a whitelist spot? And, you know, the next batch of whitelist, if we do them, is going to require a little bit of work. But it's not going to be like grinding to level 50. Like, we're not doing that. Tim wants to know again, so when this project goes on sale. So the project actually goes on sale January 30th at 10 a.m. And like I said, it's ready 100%. So as soon as you get your NFT, you can hop over into the members section, you know, the people who are holding the BooBETH NFT, and you can say, all right, I'm ready. How do I get to building my own project? So for us now, that's what, 2.5 weeks? Not even 2.5 weeks, roughly 2 weeks, give or take. Jeremy, I got the ends right now. I love it, man. I love it. What do you think? Should we do a pre-sale? People come in, plop down the 0.75 ETH, and they'll get it on launch day, airdrop to them. Pre-sale, let's go. Get with me in the Discord. Let's see if I can leave this here. Let's do this. I will leave the Discord in all of the chats. There you go. Put this in YouTube. Discord.gg/BooBETH. Excuse me. Join there, and then yeah, we would definitely go from there and let y'all know if we do decide to do a pre-sale, right, where y'all can plop down the 0.75 ETH just to make sure that you in fact get your spot, and then day one you guys will be ready to roll. Just know that it's gonna go by quick. You are, you're gonna be a full-fledged dev, by the time this thing is all said and done. So just be ready. I think this is going to be exciting for a lot of people. I'm excited to see what y'all, what you guys come up with. This is the first live stream that I've done. A lot of you guys know, folks that are watching on YouTube, hey, if you see me out at one of these events, NFT NYC, or if it's in Miami, or if it's in Dubai, or no matter where it's at, get with me. Pull me aside, tell me about your project. I want to take a picture with you, and I want to know more about, the project that you guys are doing. We have somebody in the chat right now, and I'm just thinking about an NFT idea for her. centered around travel. Hold the NFT and, maybe you get discounted rates on travel. We'd have to iron out the details, but I think that would be an NFT with killer application and killer utility, right? I'm over the monkey projects. Like, it's 40 million monkey projects coming out a week. Like, we got to get to a point where real utility starts to trump just projects coming out, right? Yeah, see, Jeremy's on that same thought too. Susan's on that same thought too. Susan says she wants it. Susan, I don't think, do you have the same handle on Discord as YouTube? I know a lot of times people don't, but I don't think I've seen that handle before in the Discord. No, okay, yeah. Join the Discord, and like I said, let's get you squared away. Because I think, yeah, man, like I said, when you start getting to the NFTs, this NFT gets you a table at a busy Los Angeles restaurant. Like, that's the NFT that I want. NFT I want. Someone comes out with the Illuminati NFT, and it's like, filled with people who have ability to, and, connections. Yeah, I want to be a part of that NFT. I don't need another NFT where it's like a monkey. I don't. It's ridiculous. Jeremy, I'm with you, man. You got to get around the people who are like-minded, You got to get around the people who are thinking about this thing 5, 10, 20 years down the line, looking at this thing from 30,000 feet up. It would have been real easy for me to turn around and literally take all this artwork out and put in another derivative of an ape project. It would have been super easy. But then I wouldn't have been creating the kind of art that, I would want to support. I would have just been following a trend, So, yeah, I said I wanted to keep this inside of an hour. I think I've done that. Awesome. More than happy to field more questions if you guys have questions. Again, you guys have links to the Discord. It's BooBETH. Yes, BooBETH.com, this official website. You can follow us on Twitter. BooBETH NFT. Discord, discord.gg/BooBETH. So that link, okay, there's a couple of you guys asking about the Discord. All right, so there's a link that I put inside the actual chat, discord.gg/BooBETH. If you pull that up on your browser, whether if it's a computer or whether if it's a mobile, like your phone, if you click on that, and I'll give you a location where you can actually find a clickable link, because I know sometimes you can't click on things inside of Zoom or YouTube. But if you go to Twitter, right? Twitter, BooBETH NFT. BooBETH NFT. The artwork for the thumbnail looks exactly like the artwork that's here. The link to the Discord is in that description. If you click on that link, if you don't have Discord, you're going to have to obviously download Discord, set up an account. And then, matter of fact, let me go ahead and do this for y'all, because I know I can see somebody asking about it now. Where are we at? Hold on, y'all. Let me just do this. I'm going to sign in. Great, I forgot my password. 6, are you on? Beam me your credentials. I'm gonna sign into yours real quick. My man. Yep, I got it. You fast, 6. That's why I like you. You are okay with me, dude. All right. So when you actually get onto the BooBETH Discord, it's going to take you to a landing page that looks like this. This is the actual Discord. You'll need to scroll up past all the members that have joined, and you need to click this little guy right here. When you click this sub menu right here is going to open up for you. So when you click on general, right, you'll be able to come in here, and this is where our general chat is right here. Okay. The announcement tab, this is where all of the information that the group needs to know about is right here. All right. So let me do this. So we'll go. Let's go to Twitter. I can show y'all this real quick. All right. Oh, 1,300 followers. Okay, we're cooking with fire now. Let's go. So when you click on the Twitter profile, right? So it's BooBETH NFT. You want to click that link right there. And that's going to take you to the actual Discord that I just showed you. And then once you get to the Discord, you'll be on the welcome tab. You won't be able to see anything else. You'll just be on the welcome tab. Click that little guy right there. And then all this will open up for you. And you should see it right there. All right, 6, let me jump out your account, homie. I want to hop in your little DMs. Lord knows what you be in there doing. No, I'm just kidding. 6, he's a good guy. Susan, awesome, cool, great. Okay, well that was that straight. Okay, cool. So you got in. Susan's in. Just Jeremy's in. Awesome. So yeah, obviously keep in mind, keep your eye on the announcements tab, because anytime I release more information, it's going to be laid out there. Either myself or 6, they'll put it in there. Giveaways, we're going to have some giveaways, more NFT giveaways coming up between now and launch day. Charity list, if you know of any charities that fit the profile of who we're trying to reach out to, again, smaller breast cancer research firms, leave them in the charity section right here, because we want to know more about these people. All right, we want to know more about these organizations, excuse me. And I think that's about it. Actually, you know what, I lied, one more part. So this poll for NFT use cases, this is where we're actually going to take future polls. When you guys come to us and you say, hey, I want to learn how to make a ERC20 token, that kind of project, we'll ask you here, and you'll be able to vote, basically. Okay. And I think that is about it. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. More than happy to answer them. Again, the BooBETH NFT goes on sale January 30th, 10 a.m. I know there's a lot of you that are watching right now on YouTube. 6 is streaming at 6. I love you, man. I appreciate you, bro, so much. You have no idea. All right, so if you're watching on 6's stream, you'll be able, because I know we have a lot of folks in there from the group. If you've been whitelisted, we're going to take down your wallet address, because you guys will have to interact with the smart contract on a separate date. And again, we're doing that as a way to kind of keep the gas costs down for those first 100 people who joined up super duper early. It's our thank you to you all. Everybody else, January 30th at 10 a.m. The OG whitelist, the Genesis whitelist, has already been filled. It was made for the first 100 people. And because everything that we do is community based, if the community says, hey, yeah, let's go ahead and open up more whitelisting spots, then we'll go ahead and do that. If we're able to collab with other projects and it deems it a good fit to open up more whitelist spots, then we'll go ahead and we'll do that too. Okay. But all that information will be laid out in the announcement section. So just keep your eyes glued to that. And if you have any questions, jump in, chat. We love to have you guys. We go through periods where like the chat's a little bit busy because, everybody's in there at the same time. We got people from all over the world in here. And sometimes we're just a little bit, more chill, laid back, reserved. All right. Go and check YouTube here one more time. I got you guys paired up on Zoom so I can see you guys too. So if you have any questions, just leave them below and I'll get to them. I'm gonna jump over here and check YouTube real quick. Airdrops. Yes, so airdrops for the project are already being talked about. Ethereum gas fees are crazy, right? So we may do an airdrop on a layer 2. So it could be Matic. Probably won't be Solana, but it could be Matic. And if it is, then, you know, obviously we'll let you guys know about that in the future. So, yeah. Of course, Jeremy, you are welcome. Susan, thank you. I appreciate you for being here. Tim, thank you. I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with me, and I appreciate it. All right. So this is the BooBETH NFT. Super excited for you guys to become a part of it. Super excited for you guys to really do some unique things with this moving forward. And I'm excited to help you guys with your own projects. One more question, Susan. Is this going to be a launch pad? So it's like a launch pad, yeah. And the way it differs in most traditional launch pads is we're not taking a cut from what you guys meant for your own respective projects. Could have did that, would have been real easy to do that, but I don't want to do any friction or anything, you know, that would hinder you guys. So no. So I mean, you're more than welcome to use the engine to build out your own NFT. Pick my brains about, you know, development, you know, stuff like that. But as far as using our engine, you know, using my engine or whatever you guys meant, yeah, that's yours. 100% yours. Yep. Awesome. Yeah, well, of course, I will be hanging out in the Discord for a bit. You guys have any questions, please reach out to me there at CryptoGlenn. Be more than happy to answer any questions that you guys have. And yeah, I want to say thanks to you guys for joining up. I'm going to end the stream here on YouTube. 6, I think that's going to do it for yours too. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, like, just DM me. See what we can make available. All right. Let me stop that screen share. All right. So I think that takes care of our friends on YouTube.